Do not buy any Saw box sets that you see available right now. Hey guys, what is going on? This is your old pal CHH. I am horribly sunburned, horribly. My face. We played an outdoor show yesterday, and holy smokes, it was... Look how bad I am. Holy crap. The show must go on, as they say. So guys, I was sent some DMs. One of my followers, Zen Fox, actually hit me up and let me know about something going on with the Saw franchise. And I was like, wow, this is super interesting. We definitely need to talk about this. So as you guys know, it seems like in terms of new movies, Saw is essentially dead. They're not making any new Saw films. It's just as well. I wasn't a huge fan of the last one. The direction it went in more so than anything. Not that I thought the movie was badly made. It was very, very competently made, to be honest with you. I just didn't like the direction, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I think that there's some movement in physical media form on the Saw front, which is very, very exciting. So if you guys remember, it was years ago that we got the announcement of a Saw 4K. They did a Steelbook release, and then they did a standard 4K release. And it was actually a pretty good 4K. I remember reviewing it right when it came out. I know it sold very, very well. I was actually got some intel on the inside, and I heard that the Lionsgate was surprised by the sales of Saw on 4K, which is so outlandish to me because it's like, why would they be surprised that a movie like Saw would have good sales? It's just ridiculous to me, to be honest with you. But that was 2020? 2021? I don't even remember. It was years ago. It felt like it was years ago. I feel like it was at least 2 or 3 years since Saw came out on 4K. But for some reason, we never got any movement after that. Fast forward to now, we're starting to see Lionsgate say, wait a minute, maybe there's some stuff we're looking over that we shouldn't be. Some of these titles, I think, would sell very well. Case in point, guess what they just did on 4K? The Crazies, which you did a review of that, which I recommend that release because it was shot on film and it was remastered in 4K from the negative, and it looked fantastic. Now, they're doing this Lionsgate Limited thing, which I think is going to be the route that they do this to keep costs down. They're not going to ship this stuff out to stores, and if that means that's what's going to take it for them to be able to put stuff out on higher definition, awesome, great, sounds good, whatever. Got to work on the pricing a little bit to make sure that it's a little bit cheaper. Now, they're nice releases. They actually got interviews with the director and whatnot, but my point is we can work on the pricing on that, to be fair, a little bit. Anyway, so what's going on with Saw? So this was stuff that was posted on Instagram. Darren Lynn Bousman. And for some reference, let me go to my stuff that Zen sent me. Thank you again, Zen. Darren Lynn Bousman directed Saw 2, 3, and 4, and Spiral, which was Saw 9. Josh Stolberg wrote Jigsaw and Spiral. Him and Darren posted that teaser. So this is a story on Instagram. Now, I believe that these are not available anymore, but we have screenshots. Darren Bousman, back today with more nonsense, and here's the screenshot. You'll see it's a picture, what I believe is from Saw 4, where the girl's getting her scalp ripped off in that one trap with the thing that kept pulling her hair back. And they're tagging Saw, Lionsgate at Home. That is a big giveaway that we got the Lionsgate at Home tag on that. And it looks like they're at some sort of studio. Now, the reason I feel confident about this at this point is because we've now seen images that Mrs. Rachel Talalay from Freddy's Dead, and Mr. Jack Shoulder have shared, and they look very, very similar. These sort of remastering studios, these studios where they go back and they work on the new remasterings of these films. They look like these are the same sorts of studios that they're at. Now, here's another picture of Darren Bousman, who posted on Instagram. This was a couple days ago. Oh, yes, there will be blood. Now, that looks like a image of Saw 2, almost around like the needle pit scene, I think. I could be wrong, but it looks like it could be something from Saw 2. And again, we're looking at something that looks to be in some sort of studio. But then there's more. There was this picture that got shared of a board. Now, this was shared by Darren Bousman himself again. And it says something really interesting. There's actually a date, Tuesday, June 10th. Now, the fact that it's Tuesday, I think, is very, very, very important. We'll get to that in just a minute, but let's look at the board. Now, Zen went through the trouble of circling some stuff for me on this board, but we see that there's stuff circled for pictures of stuff from Saw 2 all the way up to Spiral, which is super, super interesting, and I'm going to tell you why. Obviously, that is a much higher sequel than Saw 2. Now, on that, there's more stuff that he shared. Darren Bousman shared another story, again, at Lionsgate at Home, which obviously means home video, is a picture of Billy the Puppet sitting at a desk at a studio where they're watching Saw, and looks like they're remastering the film. Now, what's interesting, though, is you'll see that there's other stuff apparently on this board. If we go back to the picture of the board. So here's what I'm getting at. There is a chance that sometime during June 10th, I think is the date, we're either going to get some sort of release, possibly for a Saw box set, a Saw collector's release, maybe some sort of big steelbook where all the movies are on 4K, or we're going to get an announcement of a lot of stuff coming to 4K. Now, here's something I remember doing a video on, and I'm going to bring this back up again. I had some intel tell me that Eli Roth was, in fact, working on a 4K of Hostel. Now, I don't remember if that was Lionsgate. I don't remember if that was Sony. Could be something different. But I think that there's a lot of stuff in the works going on right now in terms of stuff coming up to higher definition. And the fact that the Saw stuff is happening, it's good. I think that Lionsgate Limited may be something that's getting a lot of effort put into it now. We're seeing that the Vestron side is going to that. They just put out May from Vestron Video, which I have the second site release of that, but it's a good release. I recommend May, the movie. It's a good movie. And I'm sure a lot of the special features that are on the second site may be on that, maybe not, but I'm sure that they'll do a good job on that release. I'm not going to get that, but my point is, good movie, pick that up, May. But it looks like this Lionsgate Limited could be the saving grace for a lot of horror movies. I can anticipate stuff coming out from this Lionsgate Limited that we would have hoped for years, but just couldn't get it. I mean, who knows? This could be the year that Devil's Rejects comes out on 4K because of Lionsgate Limited. If it's something they're doing in-house where they can sell directly to the consumers and keep any sort of shipping cost, production costs down, I'm all for that. If it means getting more legitimately interesting titles on home video in 4K. So that's where we're at, guys. I find it very interesting. It should be a very, very bountiful summer as far as I'm concerned, with all these announcements of things coming out. Now, the question is, are they remastering all these films? My money says it's possible. It's absolutely possible, because why would they have sneak peeks on that board of stuff coming out potentially with that date June 10th, and then Spiral's on there? Now, the good thing is, I don't think that a lot of these films will have to go through a lot of mastering, and that's possibly why we're going to get a 4K box set. Let's just look into this. Obviously, the newest Saw came out on 4K because it was a new film. I even believe that Jigsaw came out on 4K as well as Blu-ray. Obviously, I have the Blu-ray, but I believe that Jigsaw might have had a 4K as well. So we're only looking at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're looking at 6 movies that would go through some sort of remastering process. I mean, that's a lot, but at the same time, Part 1's already done. Part 1's been out. Part 1 is probably still available on home video as we speak. So it could be a process that is not too daunting for Lionsgate to do, especially when you've got one director knocking out a number of his own films already. So, guys, this could be pretty cool. I mean, say what you want about the Saw films. To me, it was my era. It was my Friday the 13th. I grew up with these films. I saw these films in the theaters as they were coming out. And to be able to see these in high definition, I mean, in one sense, you could say these movies aren't really necessarily made for that, but in another sense, you kind of can say that they are. I mean, these films were... I mean, James Wan had this really, really unique look that he was going with these films, with this sort of crazed editing with the fast motion stuff, but then all those colors. And a lot of those Saw trap rooms, there were these shots of green lights coming through, and like they can really accentuate all that with the HDR and all this. So, I mean, this could be really, really cool, guys. And again, thank you to Zen for sharing that with me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have saw it, but now I do follow Darren Bousman. So, guys, could be a big summer. So get ready. Don't be buying any Saw box sets that are on Blu-ray right now. Do not buy any Saw box sets that you see available right now, because it looks like we're getting a lot of these movies on high definition 4K. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on this whole thing down below, and tell me what other movies you saw on that pegboard that you recognize. Thank you, guys, and I'll talk to y'all very, very soon. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.